Hi, this is Lesley Moss, and I'm working with Cassie and Ashley on our group project. Our Childcare is called A Step Ahead. I feel that we've really collaborated well from the start on this project. We decided to each put our own personal mission statements on our presentation because they were all unique, but they also had the same goals in mind, which were creating a safe space to enable children's developmental growth. Our missions also support our center name, A Step Ahead, as we would want children and parents to feel that their experience with us is starting children out on the right path from infancy up. Today I'll be discussing my personal mission statement, our program description, our startup budget, our hours of operation, and our food cost. So I'm not going to go over every slide, just those specific ones. So my personal mission statement says that I believe that education is a unique experience for every student. The road to success for a student is dependent on their educational experiences from birth up. I feel it is critical that educators be fully invested in their work. As a teacher, it is my job to facilitate learning through practices that I believe enrich the lives of my students, both in and out of the classroom. I hold the belief that all children are capable of learning if given the right direction and motivation. A description of our program. A Step Ahead Childcare is an inclusive childcare program that values our families as the first teachers of their children. The program follows a Reggio Emilia approach to learning. The program voluntarily participates in Paths to Quality, Indiana's state-recognized quality assurance program. The Paths to Quality standards are recognized by the NAEYC, which is a national accreditation organization for preschools and childcares. This program ensures that we are providing the highest quality of care possible for your children. We work with families of children ages birth to school age. Our faculty and staff are committed to providing a nurturing, positive, and safe atmosphere. Our curriculum recognizes that not every child will be on equal regard in all areas of development, and we balance our activities accordingly. We embrace that each child is unique in their learning style and provide opportunities for each style to develop cognitively, socially, emotionally, and physically. So with the description, I really wanted to get across that we're really quality focused at our program, and that we follow the foundations, the Indiana foundations, and our curriculum just recognizes that children learn at different rates and that we accommodate that. Next, I'll talk about our startup budget. Okay, so this is the startup budget that I created. So we have 166 children in our program, and the cost per square foot is $17. So this was by far the largest expense that we incurred, of almost $212,000 just for the lease. I also increased the total square foot. The required number of square feet is 35, and recommended is 75. So I did increase that, and that also kind of includes the outdoor space, which the requirement is 75 square foot per child. I included professional fees, playground equipment, and landscaping, and then outdoor signs, landscaping, and fencing. For indoor equipment, so I included the number of rooms that we would have, and then for each, for the infant, toddler, and 2-year-old rooms, I budgeted $7,000 per room, and then a little bit less for the 3-year-old rooms, 3 and 5-year-old rooms. And the school-age children I kept at $7,000. Let's see. So I tried to include all of the rooms that we would be using, just to budget in what type of equipment we would need in the room as far as desks or furniture, things like that. Educational supplies, just as the startup, I did $10,000, but that would also be part of our operational budget, as you always are going to incur costs for toys and books. So I didn't do that too high on the startup. I included marketing expenses in our startup budget, such as business cards for our staff, brochures to market our business, flyers, our survey that we're going to that we would use for the initial needs assessment. Some of the other indoor furniture like cribs, mats, smoke detectors, some of those required things I included in a separate line item. Our cleaning supplies, our utilities deposits, our phone lines and licensing fees, insurance, and then professional development includes CPR, background checks, fingerprinting, drug screening, all of those requirements for our new staff, and then working capital for 9 months. So our total, which I think the recording might not show it in the screen, but the total comes out to just under $548,000 for the startup budget. Let's see. Our hours of operation, they're Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then I listed what holidays we would be closed. This also is reflective in our parent and employee handbooks. Excuse me. We tried to accommodate our hours for working parents as well as our staff. Lastly, I've included our food costs. The food cost data was derived primarily from the CACFP, which is the Child and Adult Food Program, that took 2 months of data based on items that were requested for reimbursement by more than 100,000 providers. And that recorded data included the month that they requested it, what food item was requested, what meal, breakfast, lunch, supper, or snack, and what food classification, like a fruit or vegetable, a meat or meat alternate, grain or cereal or milk, and the number of servings reported for reimbursement. So, as our child care will follow all the CACFP guidelines, I used this data as a baseline and compared it with actual data. Oh, and we would compare it with actual data after the program has been operational for 2 full months. So also included our adult costs, because it's in our employee handbook that our staff can be served meals if they choose. So the chart takes the totals against the quantity of children that we plan to serve at a step ahead child care, and then the total cost per day is divided by age groups that are in line with the CACFP food service guidelines, not by the way that we separate our classrooms at our facility, because different age groups are grouped differently in the CACFP program. So that's the way the chart reflects them. So I came up with a total cost per day to feed everyone in the facility of $522.14, and then it's broken down by what age group. So 0 to 5 months, 6 to 11 months, 1-year-old, 2 to 4-year-old, 5 to 13-year-old, 14 to 18, and then the adults. So for me, this one was difficult to do because I was unsure how many children might qualify for free or reduced lunch, and I think that would impact the cost to the business. Also, I doubt that every adult would take advantage of eating the food at the facility. Some would probably pack their own, so that cost could be food. So this was my best attempt at an estimate based on some true data that I found through the CACST program. So that is it for my portions of the presentation, and thanks for being patient with me, and I hope you enjoyed learning about our childcare.